What the brap is up, everybody? Cody with Two Wheels and a Tent, and today I'm going to tell you how moto camping could save your life and your family's life. And no, this is not clickbait. The other day I was woke up by my girls screaming that we were having an earthquake. Utah had a 5.7 earthquake. I kind of came out of the fog of waking up and realized, oh, we haven't prepped for an earthquake. What do we do? What do we do? Kind of in a panic. I happened to run outside, saw the bike set up like this, and I was very grateful because I realized that at least some of the essentials, should we need to leave the house and get out of here, were there. So this is a video to get you thinking. I am not saying that I am by any means totally prepared for a natural disaster, or a natural disaster on top of some virus at the same time. Just to get us all thinking, use what you've got would be the moral of the story. So let's get into what I have on the bike and why it made me feel a little bit better. Okay, on the top bag, first things first, very accessible, have this little bag. Water filtration, good thing to have in an emergency. Also, recently become sponsored by Surviveware, but I've got my first aid kit. I have separate videos on all these things, but you know, just the essentials, basic essentials. Right there, ready to go. The nice thing about this is it was all in one location and it was mobile, because a motorcycle, when the earth becomes uneven and there's not really roads, could help get to other places. So that's what's in there. What else do we got in the bag? And this is not necessarily a how to pack your moto camping bag. I'm just seeing what would I have had that I could use in an emergency situation, such as the earthquake and needing to get away from the house. Okay, we've got a 20-degree sleeping bag. We have a 2-person tent, so there's sleeping and shelter. My family could fit in that tent. What else do we got in here? We have a hammer to set up the tent, some stakes, a wood saw. Also in the top bag we have a pillow, blanket, tarp, flashlight, headlamp, another pillow, sleeping pad, and another first aid kit. To sum up what I had in the top bag, we could filter water. That's a good thing. We could gather firewood, have the saw and the axe. We could set up shelter. We have the tent. We also have the tarp that we could use to keep out of the rain. We had sleeping, at least for one person, but we have a mat, a blanket, a pillow, and a sleeping bag. We had some minor first aid, readily accessible, and 2 sources of light, all in the top bag, ready to go, plus a pocket knife and a towel. So, is that everything you need? No. Is that a lot better than having nothing? Yes. And it was all in one spot, ready to go. Grab bag. Could have took care of some minor first aid stuff. Could start a fire. Could get water so we could find food and cook it. We have stuff to keep warm and sheltered out of the elements. That's a good start. Something worth noting, even though I had redundancy here with all this first aid, both of these come with a space blanket. So 1, 2, there's 3 sleeping bags ish. I mean, it's not going to be the Taj Mahal, people, but this is what I had for my situation. And when I was awake and the ground started shaking again, man, it's very sobering. The rest of the day I spent prepping other bags, go bags, which I'll get into here in just a minute. Let's go see what's on the other bags in the bike. Also strapped to the top, I had, because it is cold and I'm going on a moto camp, I had a lot of extra stuff. I had another tarp, which would have been good for shelter. I had a blanket. I had a flannel and another jacket and a beanie. Oh, buddy. All right, let's see what we had in this bag. We have a rain jacket, a beanie, heated gloves, and the wires, liners, my heated vest, battery for my heated vest, and the chargers. But that could have been nice had we been displaced from our home. In this bag, what did we have? Hey buddy, trying to show everybody. We had hand warmers, that's an essential. Towel, another first aid kit, can opener, seasoning, toothbrush, toothpaste, another toothbrush. Got some Jergens and some skin repair, working hands, some floss, each, please don't, and some stop bleeding. Some of this may be overkill, but you know, in an emergency, that it was just all loaded up, that's pretty cool. Another beanie, long sleeve, some underwear, socks, pants, shirt. And so far we've got warm clothes, we've got some shelter, we've got some blankets, we got some first aid, some things to keep warm, way to get water, way to start a fire. So far, doing okay. Not perfect, obviously, but okay. Okay, let's see what we had in the last bag here. In the last bag, we had our Jetboil with a Triangia cooker for a backup. Don't want to run out of fuel. We had some ramen noodles. We had our knife, some fuel, a cup, a bowl, and some utensils. The chair would be a luxury, not a necessity. The dog is a necessity. Alright, bud. Tire patch kit, if we take the bike, that's a necessity. The climb forecast jacket. Thinking about the earthquake if we had to go somewhere. How are we doing? Oh, baby. We had our Wakeiko and some coffee and some more coffee and some sugar. So we had our own little mobile Starbucks. That's good to know. Need that on a camp or in a survival situation. Happy wife, happy life. She would have had some coffee. This is just a miscellaneous bag, I believe. A Zippo, watch charger, batteries, fire starting. And last but not least, we had a mountain house. We had some oatmeal. We had one Thanksgiving dinner on the trail. 2 Thanksgiving dinner on the trail, and that goes with that. About 3 dinner lunches, some breakfast. So we had some food. I would say we were better off than a lot of people with just the stuff on the bike. Not perfect, but we would have had quite a few essentials. When we first started motocamping, we were doing it off dirt bikes. We had many different setups. I'll show you a picture here of our first setup. We realized that it was going to break the fenders on the bikes to do it this way. So this was our next purchase off like Craigslist, just a hiking backpack. But I have this set up now as a family grab bag. Let's just see what's in it. Again, it's not a perfect system. It is just something to grab. Got a big first aid kit. Got a tent in here. There's a 2-man tent that's really like a 3-man tent. It's a Marmot, and that's huge. Then I have a 0-degree sleeping bag. Again, this is all stuff I like to preach, buy nice, not twice. There is a reason. That's because when I started buying cheap things and realized that it's better to buy quality gear for many reasons. One, it performs better usually, and then you get to the point where it's lighter and more compact, which equals big bucks. So you got a shelter, a sleeping bag, a first aid kit. It's easy to grab. Let's see what else we have. Do some dog food for the dogs. I had some food in here, like some rice and some ramen noodles and some potatoes. Since the earthquake, I've put that back, but we'll restock that. as things get a little bit less crazy. And we also have this little stick stove. Just folds together. You throw sticks in it, put your pot on top, and you can cook with sticks or one of those little alcohol stoves. So there's that very lightweight, small option. And we have fuel, our pot that you can hang on the fire or put over that, and our little BRS stove. This thing's pretty awesome and it weighs nothing, takes up no room. Just fold it out, screw it onto there. There you go. It's titanium. Like I said, it weighs nothing and very compact, and it's a pretty good stove. They're about $20 or less on Amazon. I will leave a link in the video description. But again, not trying to sell you anything, just get you thinking. If an earthquake or a virus or both or tornado or hurricane comes with no warning, are you ready? Do you have anything to grab? So, buy nice or buy twice. I did not do that from the start, and it worked out for me in this situation. There's a lot more I could add to that kit, but that's what we've got in there. One more thing I forgot, I have 3 blow-up mattresses in the top pocket. Well, again, it is not perfect. Just showing you what I put together in a hurry while the earth was literally shaking here in Utah. And last but not least, just another riding / camping thing that I had laying around, so I started setting this up. Usually a hydro pack goes in here, but on this one we have the Stormbreak 1 tent and poles zipped up in there. Again, I had some food that is now back on our shelves in the house. We got a flashlight. In here we have a poncho. Oh, just kidding. I had a first aid kit in there. And in here I had a pistol, which is going with me on my camping trip. And over here I had a cook system. The fuel is going with me on my camp, so I need to replace that. And this is just another burner. And I got it like Walmart or Smith's or Fred Meyer, whatever it was. But another way to cook some food. On this side pocket I had a bottle of water. Again, definitely not even close to perfect, but that's what I've got and I'm trying to make use of it. So just stuff to think about. Moto camping or camping, your hobbies can save you and your family's life. Not hard to do, just use what you've got and over time supplement it. And the last thing that I did is just used one of my tail bags and threw in a bunch of these Zip Fizz, and I went to our medicine cabinet and threw all the medicine in here. All our personal medications. Anyway, in a panic, that's what I did, that's what I had, and that's how I would have fared. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you never find yourself in an emergency situation like that, but we were already worried about the virus, and then the earth started shaking. And living in Utah my whole life, we know we live on a huge fault, so earthquakes are something we don't like to have happen here. Could be very, very bad. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Everything turned out all right. Just use the stuff you've got to be prepared. Stay safe, and as always, come join the adventure, baby!